Now, all the applications that we're going to take a look at today, you should be able to also download and install them on a Windows platform. And basically what we're going to do is not go into too much depth on any one particular application, but basically look at a number of what I consider useful applications. And then at the end of the time, I'll also ask you if you have any open source applications that you'd like to recommend that, I could kind of do like a quick view with them, or maybe you could come up and do a quick overview of them, just so you can see what other people are using out there. So the first one I'm going to have you take a look at is something that's called GNU Cache. GNU Cache. And this is actually a lot like Quicken. It's to manage your accounts. All right. But we're also going to take a look at some other things, like for desktop publishing, for web design, for securing our computers. But I wanted to start with this first off. So let me have you go into System, Administration, and go to the Synaptic Package Manager. Now, of course, you can download these applications online, but it's actually easier to install them through the Synaptic Package Manager because that'll install all the dependencies. You don't have to untar the packages or anything like that. And you do need to type in ABC123 again. And go ahead and type in new GNU Cache.
Oh, so that's how you pronounce it?
Yeah, new. New is not Linux. I mean, new is not Unix. All right.
Yeah, I like the effects.
Yeah, so do System, Administration, and Synaptic Package Manager. And then type search in there. Because I want you to see a little bit how to use Linux as well.
So what is the difference between the Synaptic Package Manager and the actual consumer version of the packaging manager that comes built in with the Unity app?
It's basically the same thing. It's just another package manager. There's the Aptitude Package Manager. There's the Aptitude command line applications. They all basically are package managers. Now, did everybody get into this area okay? And let me make sure if you didn't get in there. I'll come around and make sure everybody's okay. Yeah, go ahead and click on close on this. And go in here and type in GNU Cache. Yeah, type in quick search GNU Cache, just so you can
I mean,
find
it
it.
does save money. Linux saves
Okay,
money.
and then right click on GNU Cache. And right click. And do mark for
I should download
installation.
this one, but
Huh?
I downloaded this
And
one
then do
at the
what?
3.0 version.
For what?
And click on apply. So once you right click and do mark, click on apply, and that'll download and install your application. Oh, you might want to sit in the first two rows because I can put a driver back there for Linux.
Hey, Zach. Saying hi to all the customers.
Now you make sure you can get on the internet, right? Just check, did you go online?
The Synaptic Package Manager. And you just go GNU Cache. You
So I'll make sure everybody got theirs installed, okay?
So this is the latest version of the Ubuntu operating system but without Unity on it, right?
No, this is actually an older version. This is based on Ubuntu 10.0.04. So it's an older version. Just because of the hardware. Oh yeah, this is just because of the hardware. Actually, Ubuntu Ultimate version 2.8 also works on these machines, but 2.9 and above doesn't. So, these machines don't have the hardware to support the newer versions out there. But let me make sure everybody got this installed.
You guys, how do you change this so a human could read it?
Yeah,
Lime green with white letters?
You can change the color in your
Go into
Then it's settings?
yeah, go to settings preferences.
Do we install? Go ahead and install the GNU Cache.
Yeah, go ahead and right click and do it. Mark for install. And click on install.
Mark for installation.
Where's your help today? Where's that? Nick, the Marie.
That's it.
I don't know.
Do we apply all the packages on screen?
Oh yeah, include all the packages.
Okay.
Administration.
Not it.
And go down to Synaptic Package Manager. And and type in ABC one, two.
What about Grisby?
Pardon?
Grisby or anything else?
No, no, just
Oh,
new
okay.
cash for right now. Yeah.
The documents in common, all of them? Okay.
It's on the board, making sure you can see her in here or whatever she's writing.
And made it
A
bigger.
little too far away from me.
Well, I actually found out what the operating system they're running on for the servers. They're running Windows Vista for the school server. So they're on Vista and Windows CE, I guess. That's what I heard on Blackboard.
Running Vista for a server. Ooh, it's
The school, the college is running Vista. They sort of like leaked Blackboard message, and they say that it was running on Windows Vista and CE, and they were doing maintenance. I'm not sure where that came from.
No, it's not Vista, the operating system. There's more than one thing in the world named Vista. It's
I was
not.
assuming, I'm
It's
assuming.
not
I
the
don't know.
operating system.
I'm not quite sure myself, but that's the path we're going to go to now.
Okay, all right, so hopefully, did everybody get theirs installed, or is it still downloading and installing?
Mine says changes applied.
Okay, yeah, or no, leave it open, because we're gonna install other things. Yeah, so go ahead and click on applications.
I like this install. I like this.
Yeah.
Ubuntu
And go
version.
into Office,
I don't know, I thought this got a couple of stuff.
and then you'll see New Cash Finance App Management.
I have a question for.
Yeah, sure.
Do we have all this software in other processor architectures, or is this just limited to the x86 right now?
No, actually, this version, yeah, there's 64-bit versions and 32-bit versions of this. Now, the reason you see a whole bunch of applications already installed is because it's the Ultimate Edition, and in Ultimate they put like everything
Right.
out there. So, oh, and I should mention one more thing too. In case you're having a little bit of trouble reading that information, I actually chose a different theme for mine. If you go to Preferences and Appearance, and I know a few people are still downloading and installing, you can actually change the appearance of this so it's a little more readable. I always like the clear looks
Yeah.
best. So go ahead and choose clear looks, because that'll make it a little bit easier to see everything on your system.
Can I ask another question?
Yeah, yeah.
Is this like, for example, if I wanted to go from GNOME to KDE, is that possible? How would that
Oh, with
happen?
this one? Yeah, this one actually, this particular version of Ubuntu, this actually supports GNOME and KDE.
Okay.
But you can actually go in and do like you can do like a Kubuntu install on there, and it'll actually put all of the other
Keeping
packages.
all my
Keep all the
settings and
Ubuntu
files.
things, yeah. But it'll add the Kubuntu on there, so you can switch over to that desktop environment. But I actually like the GNOME environment better than KDE. KDE is a little bit quirky, I think. All right, but did everybody get done installing that all right?
Still installing.
Still installing? Oh no. All right. Well, let me make sure. Yeah, you should see New Cash Finance Management. Okay, so go ahead and click on that. Yeah, hopefully it should download everything.
It's intuitive if you know what it's doing.
Hey, see, I'm
Now that's okay, go ahead and click on
touch
this.
it.
And go to the
Nice,
preferences.
getting
You can
nice.
choose the top appearance. Because this is just kind of, this is just the kind of more or less the basic.
I've been thinking that actually the pricing
I like
is sort of
Clear
right
Looks,
because they
Clear
do
Looks is
include
nice
those
and easy to
graphic
read.
things on it.
Go ahead and scroll.
And because the hardware's kind of getting
And it's
kind of
like
better,
the
so
second one or third one down.
Yeah,
I'm considering.
they're doing a free refresh in the summer.
Yeah, that's what I've been thinking ever since I had my summer class.
Yeah. It makes it a lot more readable.
And the retina display.
Put a rate card.
Still installing.
Oh, no. Well, now, did the rest of you get it installed okay? You're all good?
It's done.
Oh, it's done? Okay. All right. So let me have you go and choose this New Cash Financial Management.
Where is it?
It's under Applications and Office.
Oh, yes, it's a finance app, I guess. Okay, that's cool. They have that.
So what I want to do is I want to create a new set of accounts. All right. Like I said, I'm not going to do everything with this, but I just want to give you an idea about how this works. So did everybody, let me close up out of this new tip of the day, new cash tip.
They help though. Those tips help.
Yeah. All right. Let me click on OK. All right. And I'm going to choose my currency for the new accounts, US dollar. All right. You'll notice out there the different types of accounts I can have. So this one, I'm going to put the accounts in the common accounts. All right. So I've got, again, my income, my liabilities like credit cards and things like that. But you'll see that there are a number of different categories for account types that you can actually select.
So this is like the equivalent of QuickBooks.
Yeah, it's like QuickBooks, yeah. But it's free.
Right.
Alright.
And even better, maybe. I don't know.
Well, I don't know about that. Okay, so I'm just going to click on apply. All right. Yeah. So under my income, my salary, let me right click on that and do open account. All right. So again, this was my accounts, and I'm going to right click and do open account. And let's just put in there. Let's just put in pay. All right. And we'll put our income out there. I don't know what it is, but we'll put $450. Okay. So that's going to be my pay. And I'm going to save this as professor pay, professor account. All right. Now, of course, we also have some liabilities. So I'm going to open my account for my credit cards. Okay. So we'll put Discover card.
Does it automatically save it, or because I closed it? Huh?
No, I always want to. It doesn't save it automatically. So let's say I had my payment out there. Let's say I spent $125. So I can keep track of all of my credit cards. All right.
Oh, it's tapped. Okay, I closed
Yeah.
the Windows.
Oh yeah. But you can always bring them back in by doing edit account, and that'll bring that back up again. Now, like I said, you could enter all of your things, all of your transactions in there. Put your check numbers out there and things like that.
Can I ask?
Oh, sure.
If, for example, we wanted to download a bank statement and they had it in like a QuickBook format or another format, can they sort of like do a translation and put it in automatically if they give us?
Yeah,
a statement?
yes, I think you can actually import into it. I've never done that, but you can import into that. All right. But the thing that I really like is the reports. Let me have you do reports and account summary. Like I said, I really like this because then it gives you exactly what your balance is.
Can you do like a pie graph or a pie chart or
Yeah, you
Can
mean on this
export
one?
export to the Office suite that they have by default?
No budget. Oh, I don't have a budget yet. And this one, I think you probably can do that. I think you can go in it and do, wait a minute, asset pie chart? Let's see. Let's do an asset pie chart. There we go. Okay, I mean, that's all I have out there. But I mean, if I had additional assets besides just my checking account, I could have, or my salary. I could put income, interest, other things like that. So I could put like my savings account, and then it would show all of that up in there.
Pretty organized and simple.
No, it's very intuitive, but that's why I like that one. But did everybody get to at least try that out and try it to create a new account? Okay, like I said, we're just going to touch on each one of these. Now, another one I'm going to have you install. It's called Scribus.
Is that the actual desktop publishing app?
Yes, that's it.
I remember.
Yeah.
Now, can you please tell us by who is it supported and how can you actually, if you want to add something to the source code and like a UI change, a GUI change?
Right.
Is that how could we be able to communicate with the developers and start like a?
If you go,
suggestion?
usually on most of these, if you go online, you can find like the Scribus project online.
Right.
Or like for GIMP or for Newcash, and you can actually go and get the source. You could download the source code even from here, and then start developing on it. All right. So go ahead and install Scribus.
Scribe Staples?
Yeah. Yeah, it does. Or maybe it's Scribus, but I think it's Scribus.
And Scribus doc is the documentation, right? The help files. And
Yeah.
should we install that too?
No, because we're, like I said, we're just going to take a quick look at each one of these. So.
How would you decompile it and start sort of like changing variables and GUI?
For that one? Well, see, it wouldn't be so much. You'd actually have to go in and get the C source code, and then you would modify the code in the code, and then you would just compile it with GCC.
GCC?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's equivalent of Visual Studio and
Actually, if you wanted something more like Visual Studio, you
Eclipse?
install Eclipse. Yeah, Eclipse is much better. Now we
Oh.
won't take a look at Eclipse today,
already
although
did
that's
one.
very useful.
yeah, we already did long ago.
Hey, Eric,
All right.
are you recording this? Can I get a copy? Because some of the stuff looks pretty cool.
All right, we're going
The
to drop
clicking
that.
never wouldn't help me. 'cause I
Well,
got no
mostly
money.
like about Ubuntu is that the effects, the 3D effects run on all the computers.
Right, oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Graphics, down under graphics.
Used to be like when you tried to run Windows 7 and you wanted the cool effects, you couldn't do it.
Right.
It's like,
Okay.
like they required these graphic cards that, I mean, like some of them are capable, but they never built
Right.
drivers for it. It's like just like a little comment. Like,
Alright.
that's why I like the.
All right, so did everybody get that one installed? Let me make sure everybody's got that okay.
That needs to write.
Oh, here, go ahead. Go ahead and click up in here.
What's it gonna be under, Professor?
Oh, it should be under graphics.
Under applications, where?
Oh, under applications and graphics. Here,
Okay.
scroll.
Got it. That's an awful lot of it.
Man, look how much stuff. Right click on it. And then do mark for install.
You use that, you plug that arrow in, but
And click
just
on
strike
it.
it.
Now this is this one installs.
Oh, by the way, Linus got an award today. He got awarded today. Right?
Really?
Yeah, he got awarded. I don't know what he did, but he did.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was like the Open Source Foundation who awarded him again.
Really?
Yeah, it was in the news today.
Make sure.
Yeah, so you gotta
News
do
today. He got awarded. It's pretty cool. Yeah, like I like those effects. Like in Windows, you have to wait until you got a really kick-ass graphics card. And this doesn't even require a graphics card. You can use it like in a shared memory, video memory. That's why I like it. The only thing I don't like about the Ubuntu thing is that some drivers just don't run. So for example, if you had like a tablet or like a writing utensil or something that you wanted to input, you can't really run it sometimes. So that's like the complication. But either way, you can still get a new graphics tablet and still run on it.
See, right here.
It just does everything.
That's what I had.
That's why I like the
you can hear the fan going faster.
Yeah, because like it takes like graphic CPU and thing.
It's like
It's not that bad, I guess. I'm thankful that they put those effects on older computers, like Pentium 3 computers. So that's why I like it. We just put a KDE Ubuntu or something on it. They have the stickers for that too. I checked it out.
Who's the professor? Because there's I just went to a seminar for the bachelor's degree here for database management and Professor Orlando. And I think he's teaching C++.
Yeah, there's a couple different versions of C++.
Is there really?
Object oriented.
Ray, did you find it? Yeah.
I didn't know there were a couple different versions.
And that just focuses on the object oriented.
I thought it was just one size fits all.
What about, I have like a question about, how about if you want to, like some drivers don't run on Linux and I heard there's like a layer, not Wine, but there's something that lets you run a Windows driver on the
Right,
Ubuntu.
you've got a NDIS wrapper.
Right, is that work, does that work nice or you think that doesn't?
Well, that works, it sort of works, let's put it like that. Okay, so I'm gonna actually create a new document. Let me put a 3-fold document.
Not just free open source.
Free up.
Well, you could make your
Which will allow me to go and create this 3-fold brochure, but what I also like to do is do from a template. So go ahead and do File and New from Template. And I'm going to choose a brochure,
Okay.
and let me choose brochure 1. And you'll see what happens out there is it actually gives you a kind of like a template for your 3-fold brochure. And we could put things in there like if we wanted to, instead of putting in like our company name, we could put in the computer club.
See it is?
Yeah.
That's good.
And let's say I didn't want that color. We get a different color up in here. We just do black font on here. And I could change my, let's see, make it a little bit bigger. Oh, I changed the background. Ah, that wasn't what I wanted to do. Wait a second. Make that.
Since they have a lot of international developers, you see those colors and
Right.
accents. That's what I like about it. Like they have a broad, developer base from all over the world.
Right.
Now,
Right.
for in Microsoft Office we have this kind of glowing effects, and that's why I don't use the Office suite because in Linux because it doesn't have those glowing effects and all
Right.
those stuff. How can you get those effects? Like for example, glowing, transparency, all those things that make it look like it's like a Adobe Professional type of thing.
Right.
I haven't been able to see any of that in this kind of.
Well, I mean, in this one, for the glowing effects, we'll take a look at an application that lets you do that in a second.
Be highly interested because
And we put brochure header, and we'll put open source application.
How do you change the text color and size again? How do you change the text color and size?
Let's see, let me do edit text, and let's change that one to, oh no, that's our fill, wait a minute. Why is it locked on that color there? Wait a sec.
story editor. That's where you go.
Yeah,
Where's that?
because I right-clicked on, yes, I want to say my change. So I right-clicked on this one, and I did
Sample.
edit text.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Let me do it, let's do a new one. Yes, I really want to clear all this text out.
Okay, not doing it.
Make this font a little bit bigger.
I did highlight. I don't know what it is.
Maybe it's a different version. This one said 2.7. Yeah, but she said it was.
Now, if I wanted to bring a new picture in, like for instance, I clicked on this one here, insert image frame, then I could actually bring in an image into this image frame. So I double click on that. Now, I don't know whether we have any pictures out there or not. No, we didn't have download any pictures. Let me have you go onto my website, because I've got a couple pictures out there. Not that really have anything to do with the computer club, but let me have you go out to Computer Club open source images.
Okay, so I gotta hit OK somewhere. Still.
And let me have you right click on this image. It's of the tiger, roaring at the waves. And actually, there's a dragon in there too, but you can't really see it. All right.
There's a learning curve.
Well, let me make sure everybody got that okay.
Where's the website?
It's just a Horvathy Computer Club open source images. And go ahead and do a right click and do save image as. Because I also wanted you to see like how you can navigate around inside of Linux Ubuntu. But let me make sure everybody got their image saved okay. Like I said, I saved it as tiger dragon image.
Can you point to it? I can't see well.
Okay.
Go to header. Click on
E/club. Okay, Horvathy/ and then open source images. .html. Anyway, here, I think you had HORVATH. Go ahead and switch those around. Because you just got V and A are switched. Go ahead and switch VA. And then it's faculty. And then you gotta. Oh yeah, that's it. Go ahead and do it. Faculty. Wait, oh, you got an extra L in there. FAA. Faculty. Let's see if we can use it. Oh, here it, oh, it's just HTML.
Still on.
There we
Thank
go.
you.
All right, and then go right click and save.
Are you serious?
All right.
Still installing.
It's still installing? What, the scribe is?
Yeah.
Whoa, it shouldn't have taken that long. All right. All right, and then right click and go ahead and save that. Okay,
I gotta wait for something to run.
all right. So here, go ahead and click up over here. Click on, click right, go. Yeah, because that's a Firefox.
Is that what it
Just click on
says?
it, it'll select. Yeah, go ahead and click it again. Okay, it'll start it up, it'll be in there. Why is yours taking so long? Subscribe us, I
We
mean,
wanna type it.
where is it? Let's see if we can get online.
Just called it Tiger.
Okay, all right, so you can get online.
You guys need help?
Yeah, we're-
Just type in. You guys set it in there. Get rid of your.
Okay, and let me save this one.
page.
No. At the end of the flow.
Let me save it as title.
Yeah, just type it. Just type the source image.
Yeah.
The way I spell it, everyone's.
Okay, all right, it's getting there. It's almost.
It's gonna be source image dot HTML.
Source is
And grab the image.
SOURSE.
And,
Source image, all one word.
oh, okay, click cancel on this one. Do file. And do view from template. And you're gonna choose 3. And do, and do file.
Are you saying that? You saying?
And choose brochure. Okay, and then do okay. And then let me go to Microsoft Firefox.
Download it. Copy and paste.
Go to my website so you can grab this image. All right, so did everybody grab that image? Everybody's got the title?
What do you do?
Okay, it's www. Palm Beach State. Yeah, Palm Beach State. Yeah, you,
JPEG, download, we're gonna download it to browse the other folders, where am I putting
slash back.
it? And then it'll go to where, I don't know.
I was asking you for administrator.
Oh, type in ABC 123 again, right? Okay, slash Corvette,
Okay, so now, I'm back
VATA.
over here, I gotta delete, I gotta lower everything.
Doesn't want to find
Okay,
Slash
how do I
Corvette.
insert that? To insert?
What?
You
And
insert it
slash.
anytime?
Oh.
Open source image
Turn it upside
Like.
dot HTML. Anyway. All right. And then right click on this and just do save image as. And save as tiger.
It's some kind of.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Nip it.
Oh, so we've got our image, and like I said, we want to actually drop that into our document.
Drag and
So-
drop? Is that drag? Okay.
So let me have you double click on that. Double click on, wait a minute, let me go up one level, go back.
We could have drag and dropped.
Yeah, you could have done
In
that.
the scans.
Downloads, and let me bring in Tiger Dragon. And let me actually go in there and do scale the frame size.
You're fine. You're fine.
It's fine. I better not be. So
No,
right
no,
click
I
and
get
go
it.
to properties and choose scale to frame size. So it'll drop it in there.
Shape. Oh, wait,
Yeah.
wait. Where do
So
you go?
yeah, right click on it and go to properties. And then click on image
Whoa.
and do scale to frame size. Because that's something that we're actually going to modify later on. Now, like I said, we're not going to go and take a look at this in too much detail, but what I want to do is I'm going to print this out. All right. Hopefully we should be able to print this out. Okay, ignore errors.
Also, it also shows you errors.
Yeah.
Where are those?
Right.
No, I mean, what are those? What does
Right.
What do they do?
Which one? Oh, those errors? I think it's just because it's finding, it's got some kind of PostScript conversion problems. And let me
Oh.
mirror pages horizontal.
So it does have some advanced stuff on it.
Yeah.
Mirror page. Mirror options. Oh, okay, good. Okay.
So let me print this one out.
Do we also print?
No, you don't want to print. No. All right. But like I said, we would actually fill in a lot more of this, and I probably should check the typing on here too, because I've got open source.
Do they also have a spell checker?
On here, there should be a spell checker on this one. I'm not sure. But anyway, oops.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, brother, it mirrored it. It mirrored it funny on there. Wait a second. Let me print that again.
Like horizontal and then vertical.
Yeah, I think it printed. Let's see. Wait a second. Let me not
Yeah.
mirror that. Yeah, let me do options.
It's right in there. Huh? Nothing, I'm just playing around with the tabs, clicking on them,
Okay.
see what they do.
So you got a map of Europe and then a stamp from Japan.
Just stand for Japan. That's it.
Save it.
All right.
All this stuff.
Hopefully that'll print out okay. All
Now,
right.
is this the latest version of Scribus?
This one.
Kinda looks kind of oldish.
Yeah, it may or may not be.
Actually, it looks like from KDE because KDE has those
Right.
icons.
All right.
Familiar with?
Right. Okay. So, all right. So let me save this one, and I'll just call. Yes, I'm using a development version.
What's that pre-flight verification?
Oh,
That
development.
Stoplight up there, right
Which
next
one?
to the PDF file.
That converts it
It's
to a
a
PDF.
it's called a pre-flight verification.
Pre-flight verification. Let me see that one.
Click
Wait.
on it. and you see.
Oh, the problems. Yes, it's got problems out there. Polygon has transparency,
Really?
text overflow.
Well, it
Wow. Image has a DPI value less than 144. Oh, well, dots per, oh, not good enough resolution. All right. Oh, and then the PDF too. Like I said, one thing you can always do is you can convert it to a PDF document as well. So that's a useful utility of this. All right.
Can you save it as an image?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, or it'll save it as a PDF document. So that later on, if you go to Places and Home Folder, you'll see out there that there's there's your document. Again, like I said, we kind of got a bunch of different weird things in here. But it's stored as a PDF document. And a lot of companies like to actually have their brochures stored in that format. All right. So let's take a look at one other application, kind of like the classic for graphics, which is the GIMP image editor. All right, this one we don't have to install in there, it's pre-installed.
Yeah, I think they took it away from the Ubuntu 12 point something. I don't know. Did they take it away? I think they took something away from the newer version of Ubuntu.
Yeah, but you can always add them. You
Oh,
can
yeah.
always install them back on it.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me have you go into the GIMP image editor. GIMP editor.
Is it GIMP or GIMP?
GIMP.
Linus, Linux.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, well, it's open source, so you can always say whatever you want.
Now, unfortunately, the layers on this do not work, so just kind of keep that in mind. But let me have you open up. Let me have you do File and Open. And go ahead and open up from your downloads. Go ahead and open up that Tiger Dragon. So go ahead and do File and Open. And navigate into your Downloads folder. And let me make sure everybody got their image up there, okay?
Okay, what do we do? Double click it?
So
Double
go
click?
ahead and click on
There we
Downloads.
go. That's it.
You should download it. Go ahead and go into, okay, there it is, do File and Save As. And, okay, it's just a download, so click Cancel.
Is there a prerequisite to this? Class?
And then go ahead and close this guy. And close this guy too. And go ahead and click on Student 13.
You got it done with you?
No, you just didn't want to copy paste for me, so.
Copy and paste. What kind of image is that?
Download it.
Made some visible. Transparent.
It should be after.
Oh, transparency.
I'm just gonna
Look
save it.
at Chris back there, man. That's some moving tight. You reached that here. I know you.
Alright. So where did you save it?
Just fanatics.
Okay, go ahead and right click and do Save As. Save image as. Oh, from my website, go to Computer Club.
Bill.
Yeah. Here we
Save
go.
it
Just
down.
go ahead and save it down.
Bill.
And go ahead and do Replace. And then click on New Image. And do file
Is
number.
there like some kind of little stubble thing?
Can you double click on downloads? And double click on view tiger. All right, here, let me have you grab this image too. Let me type it. Oh, okay.
Ooh, I just painted it.
Really? Okay, wait a minute. Here, let's see.
Oh, I'll write my name in.
Slash open source.
Check it out. My tiger's spitting fire at the wall.
Where'd you get that tiger?
Open source image.
You do grab his tail?
I'm over on stage.
Oh, you can save this.
What is that? Get at me. My tiger's spitting fire so much better. It looks like it's vomiting after like a hardcore night. of
All right,
partying.
so there you go. All right. Okay.
It's one of the brush effects.
All right. So let me make sure everybody's got their tiger image. Okay, you're good. You got it. All right. Okay, so with this particular image, let's take a look at a couple of the utilities that come with the GIMP that allow us to modify this image. All right, and actually I opened it up twice. Well, one thing that I wanted to do with this is I actually wanted to clean this up a little bit. You'll notice that there's these cancellations and there's these dots out there. And I actually wanted to use this as kind of like as a nice graphic. So I want to clean this up a lot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the color picker. And those of you who've used Photoshop, you've seen this before. And I'm going to go ahead and just click on that so you pick one of these colors.
Where'd you go with the color?
Yeah, it's like the kind of like the eyedropper.
Oh, I see.
Just make a nice name on it.
And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of draw over this. So I've picked that color out.
Would they pick the brush or?
Yeah, I picked the brush out.
Oh, okay.
All right, so you click that and then you click the brush.
Then you click the brush.
Where's that brush?
Looks pretty neat.
And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to wipe out a lot of this stuff out here.
Looks like a pencil.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
you
of
just
course
mush
I,
it? Then you
yeah,
just-
then I just brush it. And then I'll pick a different color out over here because this is a little bit darker color over here. So I'm going to pick a color over there. And then use a brush to kind of wipe this stuff out. Oh, let me do a Control Z. All right. I might need to make that a little bit darker. But, you know, this just kind of gives you an idea about, you know, how you can actually go in and edit things.
Like a cloud, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
What color? I got to pick a different color.
All right. And let me pick over here. Let me pick something in the
Is
wave.
that how you do it? Is that how you pick the color?
Just for the name alone.
Sorry, what?
Is there anything else than the game to edit an image, or is this all we have for now?
No, there actually
this
is.
second?
There's something online I'm going to show you too. All right. And then the other thing that I kind of like, I like the smudge tool
I lost everything.
because a lot of times, you know, when I'm trying to fill things in, it doesn't quite look right. So I can use the smudge to kind of just smudge these out. If you click and drag, you can kind of smudge it to make it look, you know, a little bit better. All right. And then we smudge it. All right. So we can, you know, like I said, you know, you can tinker around with this and kind of fix it up so it looks decent. All right. But like I said, I'm doing it kind of fast. But that's just to give you an idea about, you know, how to make changes to it. Now the other thing that I want to do too is, let's say I wanted to apply some kind of a filter to this. All right. And if you click on filters, you'll notice there's actually a ton of different types of filters out there. All right. You'll see there's artistic ones. There's to do fuzzy borders, coffee stains, add some noise, adds lights and shadows. Since you were asking about the lighting,
Right.
let me do like a supernova. All right.
Right.
So let me move this over.
And then you'll import it back to Scribus.
Right.
Okay.
See, I can put a supernova in there. So, like I said, there's a ton of really neat things that you can do with this.
Now for plugins,
I'm going to apply a canvas to it so it looks like an old painting.
for plugins, how would you find a plugin? For example, an effect plugin and then put it in there. How would you?
Filters?
You mean, how are you going to
Yeah, for
find
example,
other plugins?
Photoshop has
Um,
plugins, and so does the game have plugins that you
Yes,
can
they
get
do. You should actually be able. You can actually write your own plugins out there too. On here, I think there's one of these tools. Don't ask me which one. Actually, lets you go in and bring in new plugins. But let me add a couple of other. Let me do that. Let me do Let me oilify this too. Oh, that was too much. Undo oilify.
Looks like a cake.
Undo canvas. But like I said, there's a lot of neat things you can do with this one. Get one more out there. Let's see about Van Gogh. Yeah, that's gonna make look. But I mean, you can tinker around with this and find things that look good for whatever kind of applications you're using. I kind of made it a little more blurry looking.
Like watercolor.
Yeah. And let's do one more thing. Let's do one more. Let me try to click. Let me click on the selected area. Let me click over here.
What if you wanted to make something transparent, like transparency? For example, you wanted to take out the tiger and then make that area transparent, so it will blend with the brochure or something.
The transparency out there.
So like to cut it out, cut
Right,
the tiger
cut the
out,
tiger out.
and then make it transparent.
You should be like with this magic selector here. Let me click on this one.
So I tried to do that. Yeah.
See that'll select part of it, but it'll select like just different parts of it. So you'd have to kind of tinker around with this one to get it and set
It's
the
a
different
freehand tool,
tolerance.
right? Just a freehand tool.
Yeah, freehand tool. Yeah, just set different tolerance. Or you could do this one, the lasso, free select. Here, let me hit it. Get out of this one. All right. Now let me do one more thing. Let's do. It's the last thing we want to do with this one.
But in the normal version of the GIMP, we will have layers, right?
Yeah. No, this one, the layers don't really work. They don't really work properly. So
Are they gonna fix that soon, or has that been here for years?
it's been kind of a long time since
Why?
it's been. Because. All right. Don't ask me why.
Oh no, I'm not challenging.
Why?
us.
No, but I don't know why they, why they didn't fix all that up. So,
It's like a critical part of the GIMP.
all right. Well, let me have you do a save as on this one, and I'm going to call this the Tiger Mod. We'll save it as a JPEG.
You could.
All right. Now, because you were asking about the layers, and this is actually one of my students told me about this, and let me do select none on that one. All right. I really wanted to do one more thing with this. Because I wanted to do one more thing with this one before we go and take a look at this online application. It's really neat. Oh well, I'll probably think of it like 2 minutes after we go off it, but let me just do a save out there. But did everybody get to at least try some of the filters out there and try some of the neat effects?
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Oh man, I'm gonna do spinning glow. I'm gonna see whether that's, I don't know whether that's gonna work or not, but we're gonna try it anyway. Okay, so I'll leave that in the background. All right, so let me have you go out there. Let's go into aviary, like a bird. .com. Oh, well, there we go. It mapped it to a globe. I don't know what. All right, let me do a file and save as on this one. All right. All right. Okay. All right. Now let me do.
Well, that's real nice.
Yeah.
I think you ought to send
And so
it
that
down to
actually is
the
transparent.
gallery down
Oh
there.
yeah, yeah,
The background, the checkers.
and it will. It should if we pull it up inside of. Let me. Whoa, wait. It's timed out. Oh come on. The one thing I wanted to show you that was kind of cool.
You can just put it back.
That's online. So
Roasting potatoes.
Oh, one question. For the Ubuntu, do we have any video editors yet? Some really good ones.
for what kind of editors?
Video editor, because we haven't had one since ever for the Linux operating system. Are we gonna see any serious video editors out there that can do something?
Well, there's a couple of. Okay, here. Let me go to Aviary Tools. Do advanced aviary.com tools. This is a really neat site. There are some video editors, but they're not really very good. I mean, there are some good 3D editors,
Yeah,
like the Blender.
Blender.
Is
Blender.
good, and there's music editors. There's the Linux Multimedia Systems. Multimedia Studio, multimedia studio. All right.
Web, right?
Yeah, and let me go to the image editor, and let me launch Phoenix.
Where is that? Oops. Did I go to the wrong list? New demo documentation.
Oh, let me do Get Flash.
What's it taking so long?
Oh, tools. Okay.
Oh, and don't tell me we have to open up. Oh, because we don't have Flash installed on here. All right, well, we'll go. Oh, rats.
Okay, I've got to type in what she said.
Oh, I didn't think about it, that it needed Flash out there. But what this actually is, take a look at it at home. It actually is more like Photoshop. It does actually allow you to go in and create different layers out there. So it is a really...
And then you can put it back into the game, right?
Right. Okay, here, let me try it. Let's see if we can install it.
Oh, one question about that. Which is the difference between all those three? Is there any difference between the open source Flash and the proprietary, or should we just pick the one from Adobe?
I would just say pick the one from Adobe. Here, let me close up out of the Synaptic Package Manager. Because that one, you know that's going to work right.
I wish you could have sort of like make a Linux version of Flash and you can just put it in, push it in.
Right.
What do we do? I got the Aviator tools. Now, am I downloading one of these or something? What am I doing?
Well, it's actually, what you're doing is when you go onto their website,
Right.
you're actually going in and editing things on their website.
Or you can use the cats.
Yeah, sometimes when there's not a Linux version, we can just rely on the web apps.
Right.
Yeah, that's a good option, you know, when we don't have to.
Okay, come on. And we've already installed Flash on there. Come on, let's go.
Oh, and I heard that they don't have to restart the operating system when you do major changes. Like, that's the good thing about Linux. It's like continuous, you know, operating system where you don't have to shut it down.
Right.
Like a server, you have to shut down the server in Windows to just.
Right, to go in there.
Right.
All right, well, it should actually let me...
Yeah, because Joel, sometimes they tell you can download an app, but you have to like look at the file manager and it's not an app. It's like, it's all shuffled with text files and scripts. I don't know what that is. That's what I don't know how to
All right,
install
here we
things.
go. All right, finally I got back in there so I can install this.
Sometimes I download stuff like a zip file and
Right.
then it's shuffled with stuff on it and I don't know how to compile. I don't understand how that goes. That's what I was trying to. Sometimes you get like Opera, for example, you download it, but it's not an installer. It's like you see an archive and I don't know what that is.
Abstract. That's what it'd be, an abstract.
Is that like you have to compile it from scratch? Is that what they're asking?
Yes, yeah, if it's not a package, then you do have to apply it from scratch.
depend on which.
I'm not sure how to do that.
Yeah, what version you have. Okay, come on, let's go.
Oh, it's like a general thing that I've been encountering when I used to use, when I was like a little kid, I used to find zip files when you say, oh, download this, download that. But recently you got a archive of files on it. And I don't know what, and you could sort of like execute it, but it gives you the command prompt, so I don't know. So that's why sometimes I can't install some things.
You're
Because
limited to only using their photos.
No, but if you sign up for their account, you can actually download.
Is
All
it a
right.
free account?
Yeah, it's supposed to be free. All right, well, I think we're going to move on because this is giving me grief out there because I already installed the plugins and it doesn't seem like it
Yeah,
like
I'm not
that.
getting anything either.
All right. Well, I'll plug a Windows drive in a second. All right, let's take a look at a couple of other applications as well. The classic Open Office for word processing. And this, like I said, this is pretty user-friendly as far as, working with it.
So what's the difference between LibreOffice and this OpenOffice.org? Do we have any differences between Libre?
Not really. Some of them have different features. Like there's Abby Word. That's another one that's open source.
It's also for Windows too.
K-Word.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a zillion of them out there, but they all have a slightly different set of features on them.
Now, one question: if we wanted to use Wine for Microsoft Office, is that going to do anything?
You mean, is it going to work? Now,
Why?
yeah, what Camilleo's asking about is that the wine actually allows you to go and run Windows applications in a Linux environment. So you can actually go in there and configure wine to run applications. All right.
Because I want to like to see how that goes, but I never been able to use it. Like I don't understand how that goes.
You mean for running it? Well, see,
Yeah, I
like
don't know.
on here, you'll see that it's got like the different drives out there. Now, unfortunately, I'm not dual booting with the Windows drive, but what I could actually do out there is if I had a C drive, I could do a browse a C drive, and then I could double click on a Windows-based application and then run it inside of Linux Ubuntu. So that's something else that you can do. And I've heard some people, they've run some pretty complex, usually gaming type of applications.
One more question for that.
Yeah.
Is that a direct emulation layer, or is that just booting a Windows partition?
No, it really is it is an emulator. It really is emulating.
Do you think it's better than VirtualBox?
Well, now VirtualBox is a virtual machine. That's
Right,
different.
right.
So it's not the same thing. This actually is letting you run a
Inside
Windows-based application
Linux.
and Linux. All
It's kind of
right.
funny that wine stands for wine, it's not an emulator.
Yeah, that's it.
But it is.
It
technically.
is. All right. Let me have you let's type in Bluefish. Now, Bluefish is sort of like Dreamweaver. It is a what you see is what you get web page design utility.
What can I launch it? I couldn't find it.
Oh, that one, I'm not sure where it is, but I just go into Applications, Accessories,
Terminal.
and Terminal.
If you go into programming.
Is that where it
Yeah,
dropped it in
right
there?
Bluefish.
All right, it dropped into programming. No wonder I couldn't find it. I mean, I looked at it and then I didn't see it. Okay, yeah, do programming Bluefish editor.
Oops.
Let me close out of that one. I'd rather go into this one.
How long has been the terminal been around? Is that like the first application to build for the
That's
Unix
Unix.
system?
Well, Unix used to just actually have just the terminal in it.
without any GUIs.
Right. All right. So this, as you'll see in there, it automatically puts tags in there. And we'll put Bluefish
HTML code?
and H.
Is this HTML code?
Oh yeah, it's HTML code. So it puts everything in there automatically. So like for instance, like if we wanted to put a table in there, like let's do put some cell padding, cell spacing.
Oh, so it's like the Microsoft app where it can.
Yeah.
Right.
And of course you can go in there, you can add table rows. All right.
Can you insert Flash and Java and all these complex stuff on it?
Yeah, you can. So instead of you having to type things in there, you can actually just have it automatically put the code in there. All right. For cascading style sheets, you can put different types of styles in there if you want to. So fonts, you know, like I said, if I wanted to have a larger font in there, put an H1 font.
Sound as well?
This one, I'm not sure whether this lets you put sound out there. I mean, let me click on view on a browser. Oh, file does not have a name. Let me save it so we can, I'm just call this my home page .html. And let me view it in the browser. Come on, let's go. All right, any decade now. All right, it's not letting me view it. Okay, you know what?
You gotta
Forget
give it
it.
a name or something.
Yeah, I saved it. I saved it as homepage. Let me go into Firefox and let me open it up. Let me do open location.
Is it a bug?
It's a bug.
Hopefully.
Not the bullet.
I mean, it can be fixed. I just don't really know.
Let me do open file and let me pull up my homepage.
Like this one.
There we go.
Yeah.
Bluefish is an HTML editor. So like I said, it is a pretty user-friendly, what you see is what you get editor. But let me save that one. But did everybody get to take a look at that?
Yes.
Wow, you could do PHP. Wow, now
Oh,
that's
my God.
yeah.
PHP, SQL, you play Apache, some pretty cool stuff.
Wow, image rollover. Wow,
Can you see this?
That would be cool. Okay, so let me close up out of that one too. But like I said, there's a lot of them out there. Now, now as far as, again, what other types of utilities you have out there, if you go to administrator, you've got Firestarter. That's a free open source firewall. All right.
Is it strong
It's pretty good. All
compared to Norton or?
Well, I don't know. It's a pretty low level firewall that runs out there.
One more question about that. Do we know the security status on Linux? If we can compare a Macintosh or a Windows system, how does this compare to, for example?
There's a lot fewer viruses out there.
Right. And
Yes.
For example, if someone did an attack on a remote, like if someone remotely did an attack onto a Linux machine, and you compare it to versus a Macintosh or a Windows, what do you think this is gonna? Is this going to be less hackable, or is this going to be the same type of?
Well, now that is a good question. I mean, a lot of times people say that Linux is more secure because there aren't as many viruses, there aren't as many worms. But the thing is that people can't actually put rootkits on systems. For instance, if someone sends you an attachment and you click on it, it can install a rootkit, will basically open up a back door on your Linux machine and allow anyone to do anything as if they had full control of the system. So it can be just as insecure as Windows, but as long as you put, antivirus software, there's freeware for Linux. For instance, if you go out there let's go. Well, there actually is antivirus software already installed on this one, freeware that's called Clam that's installed. But you can also go out to Free AV.
Well, I think sometimes Linux has a tendency of being attacked because the people who are attacking Linux are hackers, and the ones who use Linux are also hackers.
Right.
So it's like a community where you can find people hacking each
Doesn't
other.
look free to me.
Wait a minute. There should be there should be a freeware version of this. Wait a second. Free.
Right. And when I
We
install
don't want the
stuff like
exclusive
that,
offer.
you
We
have to
just want
compile
the
it.
free one. All right, here, let's do free antivirus student download.
Yeah, that's what I go to sometimes when I start downloading packages and I don't know
But I
how
think
to.
this one, I think this one that we're gonna get is probably gonna be. See, this one's just an exe file. But they
With
do
Wine
have.
can run it.
They do have a version for Linux on here somewhere, but we'd have to look around.
Can you look in this
Free-
Synaptics packager? Does that have it or?
Well, well, you could if you go into the package manager. Well, there's free AVG. Now that's another one which allows you to download free antivirus software. Now this free AVG, there should actually be a Linux. Now see, it's just going to dump us over there. Let me go into the Synaptic Package Manager. Yeah, see, there's the Clam. That's a good one. Antivirus scanning for that. Yeah, the Clam is a good piece of software too.
How frequently do they update their antivirus list?
Their signatures?
Yes.
That one I couldn't tell you exactly how frequently they update. All right, now before I end, because those are the applications I wanted to show you, does anybody else have any applications that they use that are open source that you want to share with everyone?
Yeah.
Apache.
There
Yes,
it is.
of course, for
Apache.
the web server. You know what? Let's put Apache on there. Let's do a fast Apache install.
That,
Oh yeah, this is going to be a really fast Apache. So let me go in here and mark for install.
That Firestarter program you were talking about, does
Yeah.
that use IP tables? Or is
Yes, ultimately it does modify the AP tables. Okay, let me do Apache. Let me make sure you got the Apache. Let me do the whole package, Apache 2. We'll just do a really fast install of Apache out there.
Now, if a corporation wanted to deploy Linux workstations on the operating system, how would do they re-image the whole network building with a Ubuntu installer, or how would that, if they wanted to deploy Linux? How would that happen? Would they actually send an image of a hard drive into all the computers and then install Linux?
Yes, they would do exactly the same type of thing. Matter of fact, there is a cloning software that basically is completely Linux based that lets you take images and then push them down. It's something like image for you, something like that.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. What's another one besides Apache?
Genie is a really good text editor.
Genie. Okay, see, already we set up Apache, just installing it. But then you can go in if you wanted to and make some changes to the web page.
Oh yes, another question. The equivalent of Windows Restore System is
Right.
for Linux is what? For example, you wanted to.
Oh, you mean for this one? Oh, you would do like a backup of that?
For example, if I wanted to return in time to a working state of the computer,
Right.
what's the app for that? What's the?
You actually have to do a dump and restore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
'Cause that
Okay,
sort
so
of-
here, let me refresh this one.
Sort of classed me one time.
Okay, oh, well, okay, I messed up tag up on there. All right, Apache's.
This is like the first one.
And Genie, you said.
And Lincity, Linciti. It's a SimCity equivalent of the game.
Really?
Lincity, yes.
Lin City?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. It's like I don't play games, but you know that's the thing I like
Now,
to.
now how is Genie spelled?
G-E-A-N-Y.
Have a good day, Dr.
G-E-A?
N-Y.
G-E-A-N-Y. Oh, okay, lightweight, fast IDE?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's a lot like Notepad++ for...
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
VLC's on
Log out, right?
BLC. I like BLC.
Back log out.
Well, Winamp is better, but I mean in terms of looks, but I like BLC because it runs everything. Still want my video editor. It's like it's an operating system without a video editor.
All right. Oh, okay, all right. Kind of a basic text editor, but does it do syntax coloring?
Yes, as long as you save it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, seems pretty.
Permission denied. I always say, let me go. All right. Okay, nice. All right.
I think
Lincity?
is another one.
And what's it called?
Lincity.
L-I-N.
Lincity.
Build and maintain a city or country?
Yeah, it's like the equivalent of SimCity series back in the early 2000s.
All right, and you know, we do have to install one more thing, just for fun. Even though we're almost out of time. Go ahead and install the Tux Racer. All right. All right, but that's where we'll end today is with the Tux Racer. Now next week, Nick is going to come in and show you how to use TrueCrypt to encrypt your entire hard drive, and he's going to give a presentation on that.
TrueCrypt.
And then Nick, yes, he's really into TrueCrypt, so he's going to give a talk on that to show you how to use that because it is really a neat utility. I tried it out a while ago, but because he was recommending it, and then I think probably like the Tuesday after that, because I don't want to have it on Thursday, we'll have our LAN party, which will not be filmed. That will just be a gaming party. So we'll do some games on there. But,
All right, so you're not missing a week, so we're, next week.
next week, yeah,
it's gonna
Nick
be
is gonna
and
do
then the
it.
following Tuesday is gonna be the LAN party.
Yeah, it'll be the LAN party. So
I heard there's a Mario version of Tux, like, yeah, there's, because when I play with KDE, there was a version of Tux Jumper, I don't know what it's called, but it was like the equivalent of Mario, so. It was pretty neat, but like
we'll do the Extreme Tux Racer. We've got to finish up with that. Okay, so that's where we'll end today. Thanks for coming. I hope everybody signed in. Oh, and also, if you're on one of these Linux machines, can you shut down? Because we've got to put the other drives in. I've got to take these drives and put them
Yeah,
away.
you got the key. You got a couple of
Oh, yeah, yes.
Get the key over here. The key to
Okay, thanks, Chris. Billy.
because actually, even though there's a SimCity 3000 Unlimited for Linux, but I haven't been able to get a hold of it. But the best thing for that is the Lincity thing.
Here, so we got a couple,
Yeah.
oh yeah, we're in Linux right now, so. Oh, here, and, oh, the tire, did you get it fixed up? Let's see. Whoa, oh, neat. Whoa, he mirrored it, oops, sorry. He mirrored the tires. Wow,
You got fire.
that is
You
neat.
need a key?
You got a key too? It's also my. You got a key.
Ooh, you need to shut it down before you take it out.
You guys got a key down?
No, I didn't.
What's open box?
Yeah,
No.
make sure, oh, yeah,
Oh, we can turn it
a virtual machine, actually. Here, let me turn this on.